Hey, hey, hey. So here I am again, doing my soccer mom thing. Well, no, my children don't go to soccer, but I call it my soccer mom thing because a friend of mine, or two or three, pointed out that, I shouldn't clear my throat like that, that the running around that I do on the weekends, with my children is called being a soccer mom. They both had different functions today. My oldest actually had a function today and not class. And I am waiting for my youngest to finish up with her activity. So, yeah, she's a little ballerina. Yeah. So why am I sitting here and she's in there? She doesn't want me to watch her. She feels like she wants to be at her. She wants to have perfected her number before I see it. She's such a perfectionist. So last night I was at one of my weekly meetings because, yeah, I'm always running around for myself as well, and in a connect group. And we talked about legacy and the type of things that we leave behind. And my thing, when it was my turn to speak and say, what do I think my legacy is, or what do I think that people, not only my children, but people in general, people that I may influence, what is it that I think that I might be leaving behind for them? And the word that I came up with was determination. And I said, my example was that my children, I said that I think that when my children think of me, they think of determination, and I am teaching them to have determination because they've seen me go through so much crap in life, and stuff that looked like I would never come out of. And yeah, and to see me come out of it and to stick to whatever it is that I'm doing to make sure that, everything works out okay. They are like, I have to say, I believe that they're impressed because, for instance, sometimes they tell me, I don't want to get too deep, but I had a situation where, well, you know what? I am going to get a little deep because maybe this video, watching this again, might encourage me later on. I had received a marshal's letter for eviction and some time ago. And the issue was that being a single parent and, with everything that I have to do, I mean, my kid's father, I'm not bashing him or anything like that. Not at all, because, he helps out where he can. And, he does, what he needs to do. But there are a lot of things that I'm handling also. And with handling those things and trying to make sure that my children have what they need, and as they grow older, they need more things, and to make sure that they're not left behind, and just a whole lot of other stuff that had came up and had been coming up. There was a delay and me taking care of rent, and the rent, not to say that I wasn't paying it, but I was paying it, and ever so often it goes up. The rent, it goes up, and the more you work, living in like low income housing, the more you work, the more money you earn, the more your rent goes up. I think they do that to kind of supplement for the fact that it's a low income it's low income housing. They supplement for it by letting, if somebody pays $100 for rent a month, let's just say, they want to make up for that by charging someone else $900 for rent, where possible, to pick up the slack. So it's kind of an unfair situation. But either way, I fell into that, and I came home and I had a marshal's letter. The amount that I owed in accumulation was so bad. And I had never wanted to see, I was so afraid. I never want to see my kids in a situation where we're homeless. Anyway, I did everything I can. I went back and forth to court, and there was no way that I was able to come up with this money that I owed. Couldn't borrow it, nothing. I went through different means, and I had to do so many different things. It's been about, I want to say, almost a year that I had been running back and forth trying to rectify the situation, and the only way to rectify the situation was to pay the entire whatever was behind and keep up with whatever is was coming in, whatever was current. And so I'm trying not to make this video so long, but let me tell you something. I prayed and I prayed, and I put my hat of determination on. And I did whatever it was that I needed to do. Nothing illegal, nothing demeaning, but everything it was that I needed to do, no matter how annoying it got and how discouraging it got, because there were a lot of discouraging moments through my journey. And for those of you who know me, you know that what I went through and how discouraged I had become. But that feeling of discouragement didn't stop me from going back and forth to get the money that I needed to take care of the situation. So my kids, especially my youngest, was saying to me, "Oh, why don't you just give up on this, on what the avenues that I was trying to take? Why don't you just give up and try something else?" And I said, "No, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to continue, because this is something that we need to do." And I know that I'm kind of beating around the bush here, but I'm trying to tell the story without, getting completely transparent, I want to say. Although I believe I am being transparent by saying this at all. And so anyway, the situation, the entire balance, finally, as of this week, I want to say, is paid. And I just have to, again, I don't know what you believe in or who you believe in or who you don't believe in, but I have to thank God, as that's who I believe in. And but God doesn't give you anything that you don't work for. When I say that, I mean to say that I know that it was God who provided me the avenues that I needed to be able to get the money to pay off that humongous deficit of rent that I was in. But if I wasn't determined, because I do have free will, if I wasn't determined, I would not have done the footwork, and for the amount of time that I had to keep running back and forth with this case, back and forth to court, back and forth to different agencies to get help. I didn't think that I was going to get the help because I work, and the money from work to be able to pay off, and I don't get the income tax money that I used to get anymore. It's crazy. But let me tell you something. I am upward bound. This situation, God forbid, it will never happen to me again, because you have to learn from your mistakes. I have to prioritize, and when I say I mean people in general, but because I'm talking about myself, prioritize and just be more financially responsible, you know. And so this is a big lesson that I learned from my life in general. But my main focus here was to say that the legacy that I'm leaving behind for my children and for anyone who looks up to me is my level of determination. Whatever it is that you want in life, you have to be willing to put in the work, put in the time, put in the sacrifice, never give up, be determined. Determination is very important. Along the way, you may fall down, scratch up your knee, break ankle, but if you stick to whatever it is that you go for in life, eventually, slowly but surely, sometimes faster than others, some things will happen faster than others, but you will achieve your ultimate goal with determination. Stay determined.